So welcome back, class. So we're gonna continue with your SAP. So I'm gonna share you my screen on matters of, where is it now? Here, I believe it's here. Yeah, here, this one, chart of accounts. So all right, so chart of accounts, chapter 3 for your quick guide for your SAP laboratory. Chart of accounts is a financial organizational tool that provides a complete listing of every account in an accounting system. An account is a unique record for each type of asset, liability, equity, revenue, and expense. The chart of accounts consists of balance sheet, asset, liability, stockholders' equity, and income statement accounts, which are revenues, expenses, gains, and losses. So the chart of accounts can be expanded and tailored to reflect the operation of the company. Okay, so within the chart of accounts, you will find that the accounts are typically listed in the following order, where you can see balance sheet is assets, liabilities, owner's equity, while income statement will include operating revenues, operating expenses, non-operating revenues and gains, non-operating expenses and losses. Within the categories of operating revenues and operating expenses, accounts might be further organized by business function, such as producing, selling, administrative, financing, and or by company divisions like product lines and etc. So a company's organization chart can serve as the outline for its accounting of chart of accounts. Say, for example, if a company divides its business into 10 departments, production, marketing, human resources, and etc. Each department will likely be accountable for its own expenses like salaries, supplies, phone, and etc. Each department will have its own phone expense accounts, its own salaries expense, and etc. So this is how it will look like. So the subchart of accounts, level 1, this is the general ledger. There will be a cabinet for assets, a cabinet for liabilities, a cabinet for capital and reserves, the turnover, the cost of sales, operating capital, non-operating, taxes, and extra. Okay, so level 2 will include fixed assets under the assets and the current assets. Then for level 3, the fixed assets will be categorized into tangible and intangible. And for level 4, it will be categorized, tangible assets will be categorized under land and buildings, plant and machinery. Whereas intangible, there will be formation of expenses, patents, and so on. So under level 5, there will be the freehold land, then the buildings, and this will be there will be the active title, active account. Okay, so the chart of accounts is organized by drawers and levels. The organization of the chart of accounts follows GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, in which there is a separate drawer for accounts representing assets, liabilities, equity, and reserves, revenues, turnover, cost of sales, expenses, operation cost, financing, non-operating income and expenditure, and other revenues and expenses, taxation, and extraordinary items. So these drawers, which have been defined by SAP and cannot be changed, organize your accounts by level in a logical fashion appropriate to your financial accounting and reporting processes. So in the general ledger, we distinguish between balance sheet accounts and income statement accounts and the so-called profit and loss accounts. Right? So balance sheet accounts, the first 3 drawers are assets, liabilities, equity. Equity includes capital and reserves. Hold the balance sheet accounts such as sales tax account and the accounts payable account. Okay, so the bookkeeping balance of these accounts is kept from one fiscal year to the next. The balance sheet accounts reflect the monetary value of the company, like stock, assets, debt, and etc. So profit and loss accounts. The last 5 drawers includes revenue. Cost revenue will include turnover. Revenue or turnover is this, it's actually turnover. They usually use the word turnover when it comes to when there's some other parties. They usually ask, well, what is the turnover of the company? That means the revenue of the company. Cost of sales, expenses, or the operations costs, financing, which is the non-operating income and expenditure, and other revenues and expenses, taxation, and extraordinary items hold the profit and loss accounts, such as the income accounts. Note that in some localizations, the lower drawers are not all profit and loss account drawers. The bookkeeping balance of these accounts has to be cleared at the end of each fiscal year. This is the period end closing process will be discussed in Unit 4, Financial Periods Process. The profit and loss accounts reflect the changes in the company value, such as sales stock of goods sold, increases in revenues. Okay, so always remember, balance sheet is the statement of the condition of the business, while performance will be under the profit and loss statement. A chart of accounts arranges a company's general ledger accounts in hierarchical structure. The top level in the structure is the level 1, which consists of sections or groups for different type of accounts, which are assets, liabilities, capital, reserves, turnover, and so on. The system displays the section as a cabinet drawer. As you can see that in the figure I've recently shown, each drawer has a section title which you cannot change. Okay, the system displays lower level titles in blue and normal active status in black. Accounts that you have entered in the general ledger account determination or the default accounts are displayed in green. Okay, so level 2 through 9 can contain either active accounts or titles that combine several active accounts. Level 10 only contains active accounts because only active accounts can be posted to in SAP Business One. It is a good practice to have all your active accounts at the same level. In reports, the title account summarizes all the balances of each active account below it. Okay, so we will have the viewing of chart of accounts. To view the existing chart of accounts, you need to go to your financials, then your chart of accounts, then you need to view the chart of accounts. Change the properties of an account. To view and change some of the account properties, choose the account details button. Okay, so let's do this. I can go to my own. Wait, I will look for my one for the material where I can find it. Okay, so I will have to use my credential using my SAP. Okay, so this recent one is this one. So this is the link that I am given. Okay, I hope I can access it now because it's still 12:47 in my watch. I'm not sure if they're gonna let me access despite that. It's not yet the scheduled time. Okay, they were able to give it to me on schedule. Say SPU, then I choose this one. The same link that I've chosen. So manager, mine is my first one. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all right. So we'll just follow what is written there, okay? So let's go to financial. So just follow this. You go through these instructions also as per your guide, so that it will be easier for you. So you'll just go to what instruction says, the financials. So you need to go to your financials. So okay, this is our default business. Then let's just close this. We'll go to the financials. So this is the financials class. Then under the financials, the instruction says go to chart of accounts. So then you just go to chart of accounts. This is chart of accounts. This is the financials, remember? Then you open it, then you can find chart of accounts. So this is your chart of accounts. So what's the next step? According to the next step, it says that, okay, color coding of SAP D1 chart of accounts. Title account summarizes all the balances of each active account below it. A title account is color-coded as blue in SAP Business One. Active account, only active accounts can be posted in SAP Business One. It directly increases or decreases the balance of the account through the debit and credit process. An active account is color-coded as black in SAP Business One. Okay, so an active account is color-coded as a black in SAP Business One. So if it's black, it's an active account. Whereas here states also class that it directly increase or decrease the balance of account through the debit and credit processes. Okay, so sa active accounts. Control account, these accounts are already connected to the marketing documents, purchase and sales documents. Balances will directly increase or decrease depending on the nature of the transaction. Control account is this one. Control accounts are colored in green in SAP Business One. Okay.